Somebody once told me that if you have something good to say, you should just say it. And I have something good to say about a memory from 10 years ago when I was an international student staying at a backpackers hostel in Japan. And very dramatically, I had contracted corneal ulcer in my left eye, which meant that my eye was exploding. It was swollen, it was oozing, it was so painful. And yeah, it was really tough looking after myself because I was all alone and all my friends had all returned to their countries. I was here struggling with this major drama in the midst of strangers who were constantly in and out and constantly getting replaced, and nobody stayed long enough to get to know anybody. So anyway, for meals, I'd cut across the street to go to the local 7-Eleven, pick up a bento, and then sit with it in a quiet corner of the common living area and have my meal by myself while pressing ice to my left eye. And I used to sometimes notice there was this tall blonde guy sitting on the opposite side of the room. And one day he walked over, sat before me, and just started talking to me about his first overseas visit. It turned out that he was Scandinavian and his first foreign visit was to Australia. And the stark difference in temperature from extreme cold to extreme heat made his jaws lock up painfully. He was alone on that trip, and the best he could do was to tightly wound a scarf around his jaw and his head and keep it that way for the entire week that he was in Australia. This was the kindest thing that he could do for me. He sat with me and he shared a life story with me, which let me know that he empathized with my pain. Since then, I have encountered situations where people choose to remain silent when they see somebody struggling, whether it's out of self-preservation or whether it's out of guilt or self-consciousness. The bottom line is that it does more damage than good if you already have a relationship with the suffering person. And in case the person in question is a stranger, well, you just leave them to their own devices. You leave them to suffer. You add nothing to their life. And even though people may not need our encouragement to survive whatever it is that they're going through, it certainly makes them a lot happier if we do use sincere words of encouragement. And I think human decency is to do just that.